Well, good evening, everyone. I'm back again. It's been a while. Here's, here's a joke for you. How do you make Lady Gaga cry? You poker face. That's a good one, I think. But here's a lady I'm doing here. Her name is Janie Lou Gibbs. She was a serial killer at Cordell, Georgia, who killed her three sons, a grandson, and her husband. Uh, so by poisoning them with arsenic in 1966 and 67. Gibbs was born in Georgia on Christmas Day, 1932. She operated a daycare from her home and was a dedicated member of her local church community. She had been married to her husband, Marvin, for 18 years before she began killing. In 1965, Gibbs committed her first murder, poisoning her husband, Charles, by putting arsenic into his dinner. While he was in hospital, into his the she brought him a homemade soup containing arsenic, more poison, arsenic, more poison. After after giving after his death on January 21st, 1966, doctors decided the cause of death had been a liver disease. After her husband's death, Gibbs was supported by the local church. She later donated some of her husband's insurance money to the church. 8 months after death of Gibbs's husband, she poisoned her youngest son, 13-year-old Marvin. He died on August 29, 1966. He was assumed to have inherited a liver disease from his father, but his death certificate listed hepatitis. Gibbs was not suspected or any wrongful doing, and she again donated large portion of her life insurance payout to the local church again on January 23rd, 1967. Another one of Gibbs' sons, 16-year-old Melvin, died suddenly. Doctors listed his cause of death as a rare muscular disorderly. And for a third time, Gibbs donated most of his life insurance money to the local church again. Gibbs now had only one son left, a 19-year-old Roger. Roger has fathered a child named Ronnie with his wife, and Gibbs was seen to be delighted that she had become a grandmother. Soon Ronnie became sick and died suddenly, followed only a month later of previously the young man, healthy young man, was and has infant son. Family physician became suspicious and referred the case to the local state crime lab. And autopsies on Roger found that he had ingested a fatal amount of arsenic. Gibbs was arrested for murder and on Christmas Day. Go figure, he was born on Christmas. There you go, on Christmas Day. And the bodies of her husband and the two buried sons were exhumed. Autopsies conducted in the cemetery each of the 5 murdered members of Gibbs' household. And arsenic present their bodies, prevented their bodies. Gibbs initially was found mentally unfit to stand trial and is confined to a mental institution where she worked as a cook. Later, she worked there as a cook. Later, she stood trial and was sentenced to 5 life sentences. She remained in prison until 1999 when she was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease and was released into the custody of her sister. She died in 2010 in a nursing home in Douglasville, Georgia. Well, that was short. So you guys have a good night, and I'm back. So I just had a little time off for a bit. So yeah, you know, anybody wants to do this, prepare yourself for what will go happen or what will go wrong. And that's why I left for a bit, and I was distant away from my family and to anybody. So I have counselors I talk to. I have my wife that I talk to. I have anybody that I feel like I'm going to talk to, right? So now, and see, thing is, see, I got PTSD. I've had PTSD since I was a small kid, back where I come from, and in Manitoba, Canada, and now I live in BC, Canada. But